Okay. Dan who? Dan double you. Let's go. Ow, wow, listen right now. Everybody knows the man that says pow. Start the show, gonna talk some toys. This is for the grown-up girls and boys making noise. Let's start the show. Talking Marvel Legends and the money that we blow. Honestly, look, there ain't no stopping me. Turtles and Joes too, let's do this properly. Need to buy more toys, don't tell my bank. Wasn't me, promise it was Hellfire Hank. Whole who crew, look, they made me do it. If it lands in my door, then I best review it. Screw it, I don't usually boast, but I got Rich M, he's here to host. Raise a toast and raise some ducks. This isn't your average show, we're deluxe. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Hopefully you already are, but welcome to episode 216 of the Dan Who live show, where every single Thursday we recap the week that was in Marvel Legend news. And if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, we are on the final countdown. Rich, welcome as always. How are you doing?
Happy Beaujolais Day, Daniel! Happy Beaujolais Day!
Yeah, he was trying to explain to me that before the stream started. I don't know what that is, but it's a Koppelberg or fruity cider day for me, as always. It's Old Mount Cider today, since Koppelberg don't reply to my DMs, so Old Mount Cider it is. Explain to the people what Beaujolais Day is.
Beaujolais is the region of France that does the best red wine, and once a year they release the next batch. And today is that day. And it is big in France and also big in Swansea, which is in Wales for some reason. They even named a street after it in Swansea.
Phil Jones needs to confirm this for me, because I don't quite believe it. We need to see. But red wine's too posh for me. Me and Amanda are not wine drinkers by any need. But I will need to drink some wine to be able to comprehend the price I'm about to pay for these Sentinels at some point next year if I order too many. So today's discussion is, of course, where is my button? There it is. About these Sentinels. So the thumbnail says it is the final countdown for the Sentinels as the pre-order window ends on the 26th of November. Now remember, this isn't a HasLab, no HasLab this year. This is just a pre-order, just like a regular old pre-order. You pre-order it and you will get charged when it ships. Now in the UK, it says that these are due in September of 2025. So that's a long time to wait, but it's also helpful because it means we can start putting some pennies to the side to pay for these higher ticket items. So today is just that one last final discussion about the Sentinel. Should we get it? How many should we get? Is this going to knock down the price of the previous HasLab? Just one last opportunity to talk about the Sentinel before the opportunity to even order one is gone, because it is Tuesday the 26th. So the countdown has started. I think Hasbro Pulse even put something out. 4 days, 9 hours remaining to get this pre-order in. But remember, you do not get charged until it ships. So you can put a pre-order in and sit back and relax and save some money, and then this September, hopefully, if it hits the date, if it doesn't get delayed, we will get these in hand. So Rich, let me do the housekeeping and then we will get into it. So first and foremost, go and check out all the long form content on the channel. Thank you very much. I promise you a Turtles and Tea and Joes and Juice in December, special Christmas editions. We might even bring in some special guests, but yes, they're definitely going to be happening in the month of September. Phil Jones, I was here to confirm something. Let's go. Let's jump back to this, Rich. Jump back to this.
Beaujolais Day update. Beaujolais Day update.
Yeah, Beaujolais Day update from Phil Jones. He says, I can confirm, went out on Beaujolais Day. Am I saying it wrong? Right.
Well done, Dan.
Beaujolais Day a few years ago in Swansea and got a selfie with Gareth Gates. Oh, wow, that's a deep cut. Is that a pop idol?
I mean, who hasn't got a selfie with Gareth Gates in Wine Street? He just lives there.
Gareth Gates didn't even win Pop Idol that year. Bonus points to you must know who won that year.
William.
Of course he did. I'm asking.
Who won the second year?
The second one.
Michelle McManus.
Yeah, I was about to say something not nice about her then. Anyway, right, back to my housekeeping. Anything over £4 or $4 Friday, our talking robot assistant will read it out, be a part of today's conversation. And I'm doing the same thing as I've been doing the last couple of weeks. I've got a goal, but this time I've set it to any super chat, because Rich called me out last week because I was out of order and it was set to something different. So now any super chat of any level, if we get 5 of them, I will put the bonus show public while it is live. So if you want some extra content tonight and you want to contribute towards that, then hit that button, hit that join button, just like Legion X did right at the start of the show. I think that's Rick. Shout out Rick, Legion X, become a channel member. Rich was doing the X emoji, but no one can see him. Rich, do that again for Legion X. There you go. There you go. Thank you very much, Legion X. Become a channel member at the Who Crew Deluxe tier. So, Rick, if you want to get involved, come and get involved on the after show tonight. We'll be talking about this Sentinel. You're an X-Men fan, I'm sure. Get involved. So, yes, hit that join button, become a channel member, and you can use some of those fancy emojis or channel membership tokens, just like Space on the Shelf did, which is Little Leaf Creations. He says, gotta have to catch this on the replay. I'm in for 2 Sentinels. Have a great night, people. You have a great night, Rich. Pete, we will see you on the replay. And what else we got? Oh, there's some X-Men. We'll be talking about them soon. But that is the Who Crew Deluxe.
That picture always comes out.
I know, because I've put it in the wrong place. I need to move it. Right, I'm going to move it. Right, it's moved. Yes, Who Crew Deluxe tonight. As always, we do a bonus show every single week. If you are a Who Crew Deluxe member, you can watch the show and be a part of the show. But again, if we get 5 super chats during today's stream, you can see that little goal. This is a new gimmick on YouTube, so again, I've been trying it out. If we can hit 5 super chats within the time we are live, which is about an hour and 30 minutes, probably a little bit less to be honest, but about an hour and 30 minutes, if we can get 5 super chats in that time, then I will put the bonus show public for the people. But yeah, shout out Legion X, who's become a channel member. Shout out Space on the Shelf for his channel membership token, and shout out Hill Phones as well. Who else we got? We've got Apprentice Chump. He says he's ordered free, and he says free because I have put a question at the top of the chat that says, how many Marvel Legends Sentinels are you going to get? 4 options. 0, because that's fine as well. Thank you very much, Tanner. I'll come down to that in a second. Yeah, so 0. But by the way, there's no right or wrong answer to this. It's to each their own, but it's a fair conversation to have amongst collectors, amongst Marvel Legends fans. I assume if you watch this stream, you in some capacity like or collect Marvel Legends, or maybe you're just a big fan of Rich, and that's absolutely fine as well. You are welcome here.
And if you're not a fan of Marvel Legends, join Legends and Liquor every other Sunday.
I know, yeah, it's slowly being taken over by the Legions crew. I'm well aware. I am well aware. But yes, you can vote for 0, or you can go for just 1, because that's okay as well. Just 1. So far, that is in the lead with 34%. 2 for the pair for 16% so far, or 15, back to 16. And 3 or more for 25% as well. So yeah, again, no right or wrong answer here. I'm just genuinely curious what the community are going for. All right, we've got a few channel membership tokens. Let me scroll down. The first one's from Tanner. He says, you keep on mentioning the Sentinel being future Dan problems. Have you resolved the problem of the huge helicopter? No, it's currently just on the floor upstairs in my attic because I have not found a spot for it. So it is just on the floor. Tanner is referring to the G.I. Joe Dragonfly. I will find a spot for it. I am currently, like you've noticed, Dan Who Reviews hasn't been reviewing much the last couple of weeks because I've been pretty under the weather, but then I've also been like in an organisation sort of productive mode. So I'm trying to organise. I'm trying to get myself organised, create some more room. I've moved some stuff to the garage. I've unboxed some stuff. The reviews are coming back. Don't you worry. There's going to be a little tidal wave of Marvel Legend reviews as I catch up next week. There's definitely some stuff I want to open. Christopher Allen, I promise you.
What have you got left to catch up on?
I genuinely don't open stuff if I think I might review it, because I like to open it and review it in real time type thing. So I haven't opened the rest of the Strange Tales wave. So I haven't built Blackheart yet. So I'm thinking, do I just skip the 3 figures I haven't reviewed and go straight to Blackheart? Or still do the 3 figures? I haven't decided. I'm also going to review the Punisher.
Do a ranking of the pool wave.
Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I'll do Blackheart and then do a ranking of the wave. But I'll definitely do a Punisher 2-pack review. I've read quite a bit of Punisher comics actually to get some backstory on the Bushwhacker. But that was like 2 weeks ago, so I might have to reread them. but no, it's fine. No, I did retain some of that knowledge. So yes, reviews are coming is my point. And Cloud says, just realised at some point in the future I may have a dragon fighting 2 giant mutant hunting robots, taking all bets. She is sneaky, ain't she? She is sneaky how she will some way find a way to sneak legions into the conversation. Look, I'm here for it. That dragon looks impressive. And yes, you will have dragons fighting sentinels. That is at some point going to happen in your collecting future. Right, let me just shout out a few names before we continue the conversation, as there has been 3 Marvel Legend related pre-orders going up today. That's right, people. I know you're excited to discuss the recap, but we will do it. Right, who we got? We got Big M, Tat Tac, Kev's Collectibles, Jelly Figs, Jamie Gitchard, Damien Ristori, Tanner and Cloud has just dropped those tokens. I appreciate you. Kurt K, Legion X become a channel member. He says thank you to Tat Tac. I think Tat Tac was thanking him on my regard. Virtual Dave says Omega level YouTube stream detected. I appreciate that, Dave, aka Andrew. It's very confusing. We got Compulsive Collector as well. I was just telling the chat, Rich, we were waiting for you to do your hair, but they were there ready and waiting. We got the retweeting king, Jason Lopez.
Looking on point today, look at it.
Well, Adam Batman Moran was saying that it does take some time to get it right, and he understands how you feel. So yeah, he's on your page. We got Lorenz says, "Pow, hello." Darth Primus. Mike Heck says, Dan, return your extra Donny Lab or else the NECA police. I never got sent an extra Donny Lab, but like if I did get sent an extra Donny Lab, I would not send it back at NECA. I'd be like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it, NECA? That's on you. So yeah, if you got an extra Donny Lab, don't send it back. Keep it. That's not your problem. All right, keep it. Right. What else we got? Paul McCartney's there. Andy B says ordered one, but not sure if I'll keep it or not. So weird that the past 2 Thursday streams I was in the UK and missed both shows. Andy, what were you doing in the UK? We are here, the same time, same place, every single week, most weeks. Trevor's there says, I already have 3 HasLab Sentinels, so I get to take a pass on these. My wallet is very grateful. Well, Trevor, you could sell one of your HasLab Sentinels and get 2 of these Sentinels and then have even more Sentinels in your display. We are going to discuss today, as I said, this is the final opportunity. Jay's Toy Collection UK has probably already made space for Sentinels in his display. He says, I'm making space for potential Dragon 2 years early. Yeah, he's crazy. He's a crazy guy.
Thing with Amazon last year though, we had it with that bloody Wonder Man from Amazon Germany, where they sent it twice when I tried and cancelled it. You had it and I had it.
Happy days. Thank you very much, Amazon. I'm sure Jeff Bezos is going to survive. Jeff Bezos, you doing okay, my friend? Do we need to donate some super chats to Jeff Bezos? I don't think so. I think he's going to survive the extra... NECA will be fine as well anyway. It's like, this happened years ago. Tanner got 2 street dioramas and he flipped one on eBay for like 600 quid because of a massive scam. He didn't realise. He's probably shouting at the screen right now. He genuinely gifted it to his friend who missed out on one, but I just wanted
to be fair though, if they sent 2, that's their error. That's like unsolicited goods. So there's no, legally, they couldn't get them back.
It's a big thing to resend as well. Like, what happens if they've sent it to people that genuinely don't have the capacity to rebox it? Some people would have opened it. People would have guaranteed already sold it on eBay.
Are they offering to pay the shipping back?
Yes, they will. You got to respond to their email. They will give you the shipping label and also a £100 voucher for their NECA store. So if you want to buy, if you want to buy some gargoyles that no one else wants, you can buy them on the NECA store.
Well, wasn't those sets like stupidly expensive?
Yeah, they're about 400 quid on the aftermarket. Yeah, for sure.
So why would anyone send them back?
Exactly. This is what I don't understand it, NECA. Just take the loss, NECA. You take the hit. I'm grateful. I just feel bad for the people that haven't got one at all. Do you know, like that? And there's people still waiting. I literally only got mine in the post last week, so I'm grateful that mine's arrived now. But there are people out there still waiting for theirs, while NECA are chasing down. Imagine if you were one of those guys that paid for it at the same time as everyone else, and now you're going to get like a re-gifted one that someone sent back. Like, terrible, 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 terrible. Mike Hex, welcome to the Who Crew Deluxe, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, let's get into some Marvel Legend talk. Because we have got just a couple of recent pre-orders to discuss. Pixels on Plastic says, do you think we will get a bigger version for the Master Mold? Well, talking about the Master Mold, I have the head right here, and we will discuss our potential Master Mold building options for sure, because you can turn the HasLab into the Master Mold, essentially, to be the master mold in your collection to represent a different character amongst these new Sentinels. But again, we will discuss. But let me just go through this week's Marvel Legend news, as good old Dan Yoon does try and make sure we have some Marvel Legend news to discuss every week. Now, granted, this isn't that exciting, but still, I'll mention it for people that are curious. 3 Marvel Legend related pre-orders went up for this week. We're just skimming through them real quick. 2 of them were these sort of best of waves that they last year did with the Iron Man Mark 85 and the Iron Spider, but without the Waldos. I still think if they had included the Iron Spider legs and it was the only opportunity to buy it single packed, that would have done really well. However, these are 2... Look, if you're an MCU fan and you're backtracking, remember, collectors jump on at different points. You need to keep some of these core characters on the shelf to try and entice new collectors. We need new collectors to be collecting and buying Marvel Legends for the line to continue and flourish. So I don't mind stuff like this. It may not be for you. It's for the new collector. And it is Captain America in his like end game attire, and also the No Way Home Spider-Man, which was previously a Target exclusive and was quite hard to get. So I've seen people that are actually welcoming the opportunity to pick up this Spider-Man costume single packed again. So again, just reissues for anyone who missed them the first time round. These will be available at retail. You get them if you want. Both of these went up for pre-order today. And then also, so there's Cap. He comes. The Steve Rogers head is pretty good, to be fair. And there's the Far From Home Spider-Man. So the second Spider-Man movie, the one where he's fighting Mysterio. There's that one. And then also, I haven't got a picture up, but you can all use your imagination. It's basically the Captain America shield. There you go. Richard's using this. I think they've reissued this 3 times now. Once as a Captain America shield, again as a Winter Falcon and Winter Soldier shield, and then again now as a Captain America Brave New World. I don't even know if there's any difference between those 3 shields, but it's a Captain America shield.
The copyright on the back, the year's been updated every time.
Maybe the branding's different. Maybe the shields are the same. I don't know. But let's be honest, the Captain America shield is an iconic shield, so you can understand why people want to put it on their ward and stuff like that. That's absolutely fine. But I don't really get any of the roleplay stuff myself, but I know there's a big collecting community for it. But yeah, they're the pre-orders that went up today. These 3 things on screen. So if you're into it, go and get them, and they will come out at some point next year. But of course, we want to discuss today the final countdown for the Sentinel. So once again, this is a direct pre-order, just like a regular, normal pre-order, but it's not
a HasLab. It's not a HasLab.
Definitely
not a HasLab.
Definitely not a HasLab, okay? Completely different to a HasLab. But the difference with a pre-order, you can usually pre-order something until it ships. Like, unless it sells out, most pre-orders will stay live until they ship. The difference with this is there's a pre-order window. So on the 26th of November, you will not be able to pre-order this item moving forward. So that is the difference in the regards to a pre-order. You can pre-order a regular Marvel Legend right now until it ships, essentially. You could decide the day before the pre-order window, you want it, pre-order it, and get it. There is a window which comes to a close on the 26th of November, which is Tuesday. So if you decide on Wednesday, oh, do you know what? I actually do want to get one of these Sentinels, you won't be able to order it. You'll see the listing.
Hang on, Dan, calm down. I just want to announce that on Wednesday, my new online store, which has nothing to do with me, called Once Displayed, will be launching with £700 Sentinels for sale, which you can buy up until December.
Yeah.
And next year. And you'll have to collect them all. I'm definitely not shipping them. Yeah. You'll have to come and collect them from my house.
Enjoy a glass of wine.
I'll sign them for you.
Look, Rich brings a good point, because that is the point of this, is like, as soon as that we...
Did Hasbro take me down then?
I don't know. Maybe they're lurking. Maybe. You're okay, though. You're okay. Right. So the point of the pre-order window is as soon as it ends, you know the value of these suddenly goes up. It's just the way it is. It's no one's fault. It's just the way the community drive it. I don't know. But you know on Tuesday, these will be listed on Wednesday, these are going to be listed on eBay for a markup. What that markup is, I don't know. And at some point next year, people are going to be paying that to backtrack on these. People's collecting habits change all the time. People may be sitting down right now thinking, I don't want a Sentinel right now. Like earlier on in the chat, someone said they didn't want the Sentinel. They're skipping it. But collectors change their habits, and in May of next year, when we get a new wave of X-Men 97 figures, and you're getting that itch, you're getting that little itch, you're like, oh, actually, I do want some X-Men figures. Maybe I do want a Sentinel. If you didn't put that pre-order in, you haven't even got the option to get one at the retail price. So I'm encouraging you, like, even if you are just as a collector, as a X-Men fan, if there's a 10% chance that you might want an X-Men Sentinel on your display in September next year, then just put a pre-order in. You've got nothing to lose, because at any point you can cancel it, but at no point can you reorder it. So
you could cancel it like next August or something.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. It's just a regular pre-order, but there's a window instead of it just staying live. So you can pre-order it today, but then cancel it on Thursday if you change your mind, or cancel it in a week's time, or cancel it in 4 months' time, or 6 months' time. But at no point after Tuesday can you reorder it. So that's why... Go on.
This might be good for us, because Hasbro UK seem to have gone to shit this year with getting stuff on time. So if, like, someone in Canada gets it first next year, they do a review, or anyone gets it first, do a review, and if they shit, we can all cancel our orders. It'd be amazing
There
times.
you go. That's very true. I think Hasbro are making a conscious effort to get these bigger ticket items to people at a similar time. It did happen this year with Giant Man and the Dragonfly, and if you'll notice, when you got them on the shipper box, it actually said do not ship until this date, and because they're Hasbro Pulse exclusives, it's easier for the warehouses to control that, because it's not just at a random Target warehouse where no one cares. It's Hasbro employees that are dealing with these boxes. So to be fair to the Hasbro sort of team this year, it did seem like the UK and US got the Dragonfly and Giant Man at about the same time, at least a day or so apart, which was much better than previous years. So if these bigger ticket items are going to stay in that regard, I'm hoping that at some point next year, when these are ready to be released, they will get released to all regions at the same time. But in the UK, it currently says due in September. For the US, I think it says due in October. Again, can someone in the US confirm that for me on US Pulse? Maybe I can just go to US Pulse myself. So here it is in the UK. If I scroll down, you can see approximately it's due the 2nd of September. It says it right there in the UK. But if I scroll all the way down, I can change this, right, to US. Yeah, there's United Kingdom. Let me change this to US. Okay. And let's say that. Oops, tried. Stupid. US. It's because the screen's different.
It's like watching my nan use a computer. Come on,
the screen's different when I'm streaming. Right, so US, it says October. So currently, right now, according to Pulse, the UKs are going to get it a month earlier. Because, but I don't think it will. I don't think it is. I do think these are just these are targeted dates, ain't they? There could be delays. They could get here quicker. These are just dates they are targeting for. But yeah, in the US, it currently says 1st of October. In the UK, it says 2nd of September. So let me skip that back to the UK. I'll be ordering everything to my US address, which I don't have. So yes, £185.99. Now the price is the price. There's nothing anyone can do about the price. It is what it is. It's up to every individual to make up your own choice on that. But I don't think anyone can dispute that if you want a Sentinel at a big scale right now in Marvel Legends, whether it be the HasLab or even the Marvel Universe, you're going to be paying probably more than that price alone right now. And this is definitely the most accurate Sentinel to the show, of course, because it is branded X-Men 97. But the show took inspiration directly from the comics, remember? So this is also a fair game comic Sentinel. Rich, would you agree with that being the much more comic knowledge than me? We've went through more, like, this is would you say, is this an 80s Sentinel, or is it even earlier?
This is like the classic Sentinel, probably even earlier than the 80s, but yeah, this is like the classic Sentinel design, I would say. And it kind of fits in with that aesthetic. I mean, like the more modern day Sentinel would be the HasLab version. That's more your House of X, your new X-Men era kind of thing. You can like fit them in there. But I would say, yeah, this is more classic and will fit well with like animated style show, but even like 80s, your 90s X-Men, even your modern day X-Men, because this unit is still around now. So yeah, you can fit it wherever you want.
Yeah, and we've had the advantage now of seeing this in person because it was at MCM. So like, I knew I wanted these anyway. Like, this is my I always say, I say it all the time on the channel. You're probably bored of hearing me say it, but I'm world building. That's what collecting's all about for me. And I want my mind's eye of these characters in my collection, represented in plastic. And when I think of the Sentinels, because of the animated show, like, episode 1 and 2 is called Night of the Sentinels, or Night. So, you know, like, these are the Sentinels I want in my display. Now, that doesn't take anything away from the HasLab for me. The HasLab is still an epic piece, but if I had to pick between which one is more iconic, then obviously I think this one is, due to just the lore and it being in the animated series. So I don't want to miss out on these. In person, it was impressive. It was bigger than I expected as well. The scale, I've actually got an image here of so it comes up to about the shoulder of the HasLab. So it's still big. Like, Rich, you were there, MCM, you've seen it. Were you... Like, obviously, you probably were in for one anyway, being an X-Men fan before we got to MCM. Seeing it in person, did that just reinforce that, yes, you absolutely want one? Or did it make you itchy to go, oh, maybe 2 of these would look great paired on the shelf? Like, seeing it in person, how did that affect your mindset with this new Sentinel?
No, it was just one. And Geraint said to me, you just buy one. He didn't.
That is the disadvantage of taking the other half to these toy places. They get to see all the nonsense that we're about to buy. But
you were giving me this for free, you know, so I'm not paying for it anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. This is my gift for next year.
Oh, yes,
this is my Christmas gift for next year, yeah?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Like Adam Moran won that competition. This is my gift, yeah?
Yes, 100%. If he asks, it's a gift from the channel. Co-hosting duties, gifted Sentinels. But like, we were thinking, like, in the UK, before this got announced, the Marvel Legends HasLab Sentinel was going for no less really than £700. Like, £700 was like the price people were aiming for. I think if you were willing to collect and not ship it, like, you could probably knock people down. But like, I know Adam sold his, like, for Adam, are you in the chat? Can you tell us how much you sold yours for? Like, and again, I don't think reselling these is scalperish. It's like, no one calls people on the stock market selling the stock at a higher rate. Like, oh, you're a stock scalper. It's just like, it's just the way it is. Like, these just go up on the aftermarket. Like, if you want to help out a friend and sell it at retail, of course, that's great. Help out the fellow collector. But if someone out there is willing to pay the price for a harder to find item, then it is what it is. So yeah, I'm curious. Hasbro ain't losing the Marvel license for a long time, says Pixels and Plastic. I don't know where it is, but a few. There you go, £685. So how many of these could you buy for £685? Let's do the math. So £685 divided by, what is this? 180, not 5, right? 185.99. 185.99. You can get 3. So for the price of the Sentinel, HasLab Sentinel, you could have brought 3 of these. Now, I think that this being released is going to serve its purpose of a Sentinel in the display for people, because before this was released, this is what you had. I've took this picture from Reddit, by the way, so I don't know whose bedroom this is or display room this is. If you know who it is, please give them credit. I will shout them out, but I took this from Reddit. I have no idea who this is, but he has put this nice picture of all the current Sentinels up for a comparison. So of course you've got the HasLab, you've got the Marvel Universe, you've got the Toy Biz Sentinel, which was a Build-A-Figure, one of the very first epic Build-A-Figures that is still very sought after amongst collectors. Then you've got is that the Titan Sentinel next to that, Rich?
Yeah, that's the Titan one. I love the one before the end.
Rich actually let me borrow his Titan Sentinel to do a review on the channel. Do you know that review's got over 10,000 views, Rich? Crazy. A Titan figure has over 10,000 views on a video.
I'll collect my money on Saturday. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, I'll buy you a drink. And then the retro, that was the one underneath that is the retro card one, right? The one from the 3 3/4 inch scale line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is...
Go to my Instagram. I've got all the Sentinels, more than this.
Okay, let me go to Rich's Instagram. I know which is his favourite Sentinel.
So there can be only one, like Highlander.
Displayed once. All right, let's have a look. All right, this is Rich's Instagram. I hope you're all following Rich on Instagram, by the way. All right, where's all your Sentinels? There's just... Look at this, Rich. There you go. You've got the Omega Sentinels. You've got the Tri Sentinel from House of X. You've got the brand new Sentinels that we haven't even that ain't even in that picture. But these are the arcade Sentinels, the ones that came with that dastardly rock that teased us for ages. And then you've got the Omega Sentinel, three Omega Sentinels there, Rich.
Yeah, correctly painted as well.
I was about to say one of them's been repainted there. I can't zoom in on this annoyingly, but
enhance, Dan.
I can't honestly. Look, this is what happens when I try and enhance. It gets smaller. honestly, that's why I tell people to email me pictures, because showing Instagram on the Streamlabs is terrible. That's all I can do. But yeah, go and check out Rich's Instagram for yourself. But shout out this random guy from Reddit as well. But yeah, the only one he's missing on this image right now is this one, which is the brand new one that's recently out. So Rich, you obviously from that image, you have them all apart from the Marvel Universe Sentinel. Did you ever have one of them?
I did have the Marvel Universe Sentinel, and I had I think Marvel Universe did Galactus as well.
They did, and they did versions on a retro card, if you believe it. Those
my oldest nephew had them, and my sister-in-law, lovely sister-in-law, gave them to the local charity shop. Like, there we go.
What? Yeah, that's crazy.
I know,
crazy, and it's crazy. So, which is your favourite currently? Your favourite Marvel Legends Sentinel? Is the HasLab just out of reach, or do you have a soft spot for any of the others?
I like the Titan one though. I think for price and size, it's not that bad. Like, obviously, if you want articulation and stuff, it's not going to fit in, and it's not quite big enough. But I think if you haven't got the money to afford like £200, $200 on a figure, the Titan one serves its purpose. You put it back on a shelf, chuck it on a riser. It looks good next to those X-Men 97 figures. So I think, like, if you're thinking, oh, this is way overpriced, don't be disheartened, because that Titan figure will serve a purpose. Go and get that. It's like $20, I think.
Yeah, it's on Amazon right now. You can get it for about £20. And again, that's the point. There's no right or wrong answer to this. It's just, I always say in my reviews that options are a good thing, because it gives you a choice to make, and there is no wrong answer. Every collector is different. They all collect based off their own set of rules, off their own preferences. Everyone collects, has a jumping on point from different forms of media, whether it be comics, cartoons, the movies, whatever it is. People find their way to Marvel Legends and have their own preferences. And if you want a Sentinel, it's nice that we have some options. Now, some of these are obviously harder to find. The HasLab Sentinel, obviously you can't buy now, very expensive in the aftermarket. But the Marvel Universe and the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure do pop up on the aftermarket. But my point is that they pop up in the aftermarket for about the price of this new Sentinel. So if you want, as I said, like, get in on the ground floor. Will in the chat, Big Will, Pixels and Plastic, has said, I've just ordered a second Damn You Dan Who reviews. Now I think that's actually a smart move, Will, because like, this isn't going down in value. It's just the way it is. Like, there are gonna be people out there that currently don't want it, but by next September will have changed their mind and goes, do you know what, I actually do want this. I told you, next year we're going to get an X-Men 97 Wave 3. There are rumoured 2-packs for X-Men 97. We are going to get more X-Men 97 figures, and these could be a great centrepiece for that. So people next year might be rearranging their displays and going, well, maybe I do have room for a Sentinel. And they're going to be backtracking. And there's no way you're going to lose money on this. Now, again, if you want to help out the fellow collector and sell it for the retail price, that's great. That's great. But the reality is, if you put it on eBay, people are probably going to pay more than what it currently is being sold for right now. People are asking, could Nimrod be in that group? Yes, Nimrod is an advanced Sentinel from the future, so he could be.
We don't acknowledge the Killer of Jubilee, Dan.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, there you go, people. Now you know why he weren't in Rich's picture, all right? Now you know the Killer of Jubilee was not acknowledged in Rich's photo. What do you think? Do you reckon this scale is, again, we've seen it in person and it was displayed with the X-Men 97 figures. Do you reckon the scale is like decent, or do you reckon it should be as big as the HasLab, or do you reckon where it is about right?
I mean, if it had been as big as the HasLab, then I suppose that would have solved like a lot of people's like people who wanted the HasLab and it was too expensive. This was a cheaper version of that. But then I guess that's why they probably made it smaller, so people who did have the HasLab wouldn't feel like pissed off, like, type of thing. That's what I'm thinking. Plus as well, it's like unless you live in a mansion, there's only a limited amount of shelf space you can get. So I think there's not like an infinite amount of these massive characters they can do. I think there's a point, some point for all of us where it's like, do we need this? Like, if you got the HasLab Sentinel already, you may think, well, I don't really need this one. I've already got that. So it all depends on you and your displays type of thing. Don't know.
Yeah,
I think people who miss the HasLab, a lot of people have come in and collected. And again, the HasLab being, was it the Sentinel was the first Marvel Legends
2019.
HasLab.
It was a hard time for people as well.
It was cool. It was in COVID, wasn't it? So people might have like missed out because of that. So I think it gives people a second chance. And obviously with X-Men 97 being a big hit that it was, I think it is like a good offering. Again, I do think they could have put these in stock next September, and so they could have sold out of whatever the minimum quantity was as well.
I don't. The thing is though, like people don't like those leak lists online do great numbers. Like that's why people keep making leak list videos, because people like want to know what's coming. It's the collector's mentality. So this is just Hasbro giving us a heads up. Like they could have put it straight into stock next September, but now as collectors we get the heads up that this is coming, and now we can rearrange the display. Like I have backtracked myself and went and made sure I've got every single one of these. I wasn't in a rush to get any of these when they originally came out, because I've got plenty of Wolverines in the Jim Lee outfits on my shelf that I was content with. As I said, you started my collection off with these, as you brought me Wolverine for my birthday last January.
Yeah, because you were like, "Oh, I'm not going to get these. I'm going to wait."
The show
blah, blah. And I was
then,
like, "You need to get one because I think these are going to sell out."
You were completely right. Absolutely, you were. And the show hadn't been released yet either, so that itch hadn't. I hadn't even started my rewatch. I only got through the first 2 seasons in my rewatch before the new one actually came out. But like these are now getting harder to find, and they're doing reruns of these. So again, in the UK, I can only speak from a UK perspective, but shout out Star Action Figures, you can get both Rogue and Gambit right now pre-ordered for, it says June next year. Hopefully they arrive like a little bit earlier than that, but I think it's like May or June time. So again, Rogue and Gambit, get them ordered. And Nightcrawler, by the way, who's on eBay for about 50 quid, he's gone back into stock. So if you're after a Nightcrawler, don't hesitate. Don't wait, people. Get a Night. It's a great figure, completely pinless, great representation of the character. You get the 2 heads with it as well. Don't sleep on this Nightcrawler. That's probably the best Marvel Legends Nightcrawler currently available to us, and it's in stock right now on Star Action Figures because they have put them back in. And again, this went back in stock this week. But I spent nearly double that at MCM to get myself one, so I feel like an idiot. But I am an idiot. I panic and rush. But if you're patient, then your patience will be rewarded, because Nightcrawler is currently in stock. So is the Executioner. Again, the only current Marvel Legends Executioner. Again, we haven't got a comic version of him. And then we've got the House of X, the House of M. A sort of headmaster. It's not the House of M. It's like the headmaster. Magneto.
New Mutants.
There you go.
Headmaster.
Yes. And Bishop as well. And again, all of these can work in a comic display. They don't have to be. They've got no cel shading. It's not like the VHS line where it's like they're a bit cel shaded and they look a bit out of place when you display them amongst your other Marvel Legends. Like, no. These are fair game to be a separate animated display, or they can be merged into your comic display. Absolutely fair game. But yeah, get yourself Nightcrawler if you've missed out. He went back into stock this week. Otherwise, get your pre-orders in for the other ones. I've definitely pre-ordered myself a Rogue, and then there you go, 12 figures. Now we know a wave 3 is coming. They've confirmed it many times in different places. There is a wave 3. With me and Rich have done a whole stream on wave 3, so we're not going to bore you with that now.
Twice.
We've done it twice. And since then, there has been another leaked list come out of wave 3, so we still might even do a third stream.
Tune in next week.
We still might do a third stream. But yes, there are currently 12 out. I have now got them all on card, apart from Rogue. But again, the reissue is coming. So
do you think the Sentinel's going to be on a blister card?
No.
Like a giant blister.
No, we don't need it on a blister card, because I want to open these up. Now, my point was with the 2 Sentinels as well. Like, again, everyone will have their preference of which design they prefer based off their mind's eye or their preference for a Sentinel in their display. So again, one's taller, one's a little bit more mechanical, one's got lights, etc. But like, I see this much like I do many other characters. It's about a character representation. This just represents 2 different versions of the Sentinel. How many versions of Wolverine do I have on my shelf? How many versions of Spider-Man do I have on my shelf? How many versions of Iron Man do I have on my shelf? Like, we constantly get different representations of characters in our collection, and people can pick and choose their preference. We have now just been given that exact same option, but in a bigger format with a character like the Sentinel, which is an army building mutant hunting robot. Like, both of these are accurate designs from comics. Like, you absolutely can just pick your favorite design. Rich, you're a big fan of House of X, but do you prefer the more sentimental, original sort of Sentinel here?
I like both for different reasons. So like, I'm a big fan of the X-Men animated TV show, and obviously this version more reflects that. So yeah, that fits. But I really like the House of X era of X-Men. I think it was really good. I'm not loving the newer era as much. Although Uncanny X-Men is good. Go and pick that up. Uncanny X-Men. I was just reading that now. Look, that really good comic book. And look, Sentinel dogs, Dan. That's what's coming next.
Dogs.
Sentinel dogs.
Sentinel dogs, impressive. But do you get my point though, in regards to it just being a different character design to pick from, essentially? Like,
yeah,
there's like, you don't have to have both in your display. Like, it's genuinely, if you've got the HasLab Sentinel, that's great. You don't need to get the other one. It's not like you're missing the character in your display. It's just giving yourself that option. So yeah, like, it is what it is. Z-Man, he says, the big question with the new Sentinel style, do we think we will get a master mold in that 897 style? Now, there was a big story arc within the animated show where they obviously went to the master mold factory, and I think his colours had a bit more yellow on it, and it was sitting down, and like, in comparison to these, it's mahoosive. It would be bigger than the HasLab, but again, talking about that character representation, I earlier on showed you that we actually got the Master Mold head as an unlockable tier with the HasLab Sentinel. Now, for me, like, I currently have the HasLab Sentinel in my display. That's my Sentinel. But when these arrive, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I don't need the HasLab anymore. I'm just going to sell it. I'm like, no. I will still want to display that epic piece. And it's also a piece of Marvel Legends history. Like, again, I love Marvel Legends, as you know, and like the HasLab Sentinel, it's the very first HasLab. It's a big item, and I want to keep it in my display and my collection. So now I'm just going to replace the head, and my current HasLab Sentinel can now represent the master mold in my display, while the new X-Men 97 Sentinels can be the regular drones.
Get a little stool, or like, like a kid's stool, and then you could like sit him on it, or as Adam Moran calls it, a stool.
Yeah.
Just sit him on
Adam,
it.
could I borrow a chair for my HasLab Sentinel, please, mate? Just from his kitchen diner, yeah. Let me see if I can take this off. So this is the HasLab. I haven't actually took this head off in years. There you go. I got it off. So now I've got a headless Sentinel, but this head is bigger as well than the regular head. Like, it's massive, mahoosive,
shiny as well.
Adam Batman Moran could wear this as a helmet, essentially. Right, there you go. So now my HasLab Sentinel can be the master mold in my collection, and by no means does this new Sentinel diminish this piece in my collection. Like, I've found a worthy place for these to be. So like. And it looks epic. And because it's taller as well, it has that like bigger presence. Granted, it's probably not accurately as tall as a master mold should be in comparison to a regular Sentinel. But again, it's all about that representation, and like, you're playing with the dimensions and the depth of perception, like, on display. Like, not every Marvel Legend is 100% accurate to their comic scale. Do you know, like, it's just about the essence. It's just, does it represent it enough for you to know what it's meant to be in the display? And if I sat him down, created a little foam, like, I'm not like a massive diorama builder by any means, but I've made myself like a Thanos throne. I reckon I could put together a little throne for this guy and sit him in it and surround him with Sentinels. I'll just get Adam and Tanner to try it out for me, and if they're comfortable, then I know the Sentinel will be able to sit down in it. But yeah, will you be switching yours out to be the master mold when this Sentinel arrives?
No, because I've got like my little display of Sentinels now, so I quite like that. So I think I'll be putting him in there, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like all my Sentinels together.
Will anybody else be doing this same thing? Will anyone else out there be switching out their current Sentinel to now represent the Master Mold in your display as the taller counterpart to these new Sentinels? Because, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. There you go. There's that head. We also got another head, didn't we? We got the... we got three, didn't we? We got this... Did we get the Tri-Sentinel head as well?
No, it wasn't a Tri-Sentinel head, was it?
It was.
Was it like a... Well,
So there's a battle damage. So this is the battle damage head. We got the battle damage head in hand, and then the very fourth unlockable tier. Because remember, the campaign got really successful. They added one, and it was the Tri-Sentinel head. Did we get? I should have. I didn't go through my box like enough to even see it, but I brought down these two and the Master Mold. Did we get the Tri-Sentinel head, people? Can anyone remember? My point is, we have got options.
Yes, we did. Everyone says yes.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, there you go. So again, that's just even more options to keep your HasLab in the display, representing a slightly different representation of a Sentinel, while you can army build, if you desire, these new ones.
Never used that Tri-Sentinel head, ever.
Well, we forgot it existed, Rich. That's why.
Yeah.
It's in a box.
It's like that Galactus. I've never used the Galactus head either. Only Doom.
Oh, of course, everyone displays their Galactus as Doctor Doom. I still want to know, is there anybody out there that displays the HasLab Galactus with that Doctor Doom head and that's their display? Like, who does that? Slow on the uptake, Dan. I already switched the Master Mold weeks ago. Yes, Jordan, I'm slow to the party. Took me a while to get there, but I've got there. You can display these on your Sentinel shelf, Rich, as like just extra pieces and heads, right? Do you not do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like with the X-Men, like they crushed it, like Rogue has crushed the Sentinel head.
You just don't have the Tri-Sentinel head on display. You've lost that.
I don't know where that is. Gone to the sands of time. Maybe it's in the charity shop in Aberdeen with the rest of the universe.
Imagine finding a HasLab in a charity shop. Crazy. I'll give you £1. Sold.
They're up on it now. They check stuff on eBay. When you're in there, they're like, it's going for 50 quid.
Oh, super chat. Thank you very much. Who's this from?
W's Don of Pops donated $10. Can you blow up my user pic on the feed?
W's Don of Pops, thank you very much for the super chat, by the way. $10. I appreciate that very much so. He says, can you blow up my user pic on the feed? I can't. But if you WhatsApp it me, or not WhatsApp it me, if Instagram it me, I can put it on the screen. If you DM me on Instagram right now, that picture, I will put it up on the screen. Much appreciated. W Dons of Pops. Hit me up on Instagram. It's Dan Who with the picture, and I'll show it on the screen. I'm assuming. Can you see what it is, Which I'm assuming it's Sentinel related, right? Or is it the Doom head?
He's got it displayed as the Master Mold with sitting down as well.
Oh no! Yeah, send me a picture. Send me a picture on Instagram. Let me show that off. Yeah, my HasLab Galactus and Sentinel are with me and my Marvel Universe on display. Yeah, Master Mold, Tri-Sentinel damage. Thank you, Cloud. Joe says, yes, my HasLab Sentinel is going to be transformation into the Master Mold. Jay says, yes, I've got out of box to find the Master Mold head. Yeah. Let me check my Instagram. Let's see if Dons of Pops has hit me up. Nothing yet. I'll keep looking though. Hit me up on Instagram and I'll show it off. I would very much like to see that. Very much would like to see that.
I got money in the bank.
Oh, there's C-Man. Thank you very much, C-Man. Let Friday read that out.
ZMAN12BAT donated £5. I think we need Army Builder Prime Sentinel on either a card or the box option like Hellfire Hank. Future vid, what happened to Army Builder boxes?
Yeah, Army Builder boxes, again, it could be a whole separate conversation. He says, I think we need Army Builder Prime Sentinel on either card or the box option like the Hellfire Hank. Yeah, that would be great. I really do think that would be great. I don't know why the boxes on Pulse have stopped. I have no idea why. But yes, the last one I think we got was like the Black Ninja, like the zombified Black Ninja, I think was the last one we got. I know the scrolls are still very sought after. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So while we're waiting for that picture from Don of Pops, throw some numbers at me, people. Obviously I have the poll in the chat right
5,
now.
6, 7, 8.
Maybe not yet, Rich. We're too early. Saturday.
Too early.
Right. Let's have a look. So again, get involved in the poll right now in the chat. Over 100 people here, so please get involved. Again, no right or wrong answer. I'm just genuinely curious. Again, I always assume on these streams I'm talking to friends, I'm talking to fellow Marvel Legend collectors and fans of Legends to some degree. How many Marvel Legend Sentinels are you going to get? 0, just 1, 2 for the pair, or 3 or more. So far, 34% is in the lead with just 1, 20% for 2 for the pair, 23% is 0. And again, we've had people say that it's just not for them, it's too expensive, which is fair. They've got the HasLab, they don't need it. And then 22% say 3 or more. Now, Rich is in the just 1%. I'm going to be for free. I'm definitely going to... I want free. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make sure I save the money, sell some stuff on eBay. Whatever I need to do, I'm definitely going to get free. Because I had such FOMO of not getting free of the HasLab. I'm not letting that happen again. But I might put...
What would you have done with the third one?
I don't know. My second one's still in a box. This is the thing. I would have displayed 2 and then had the third one in box out of FOMO. Just think, this is a babysitting Sentinel. I'm borrowing this from Brandon while he's in America. My other one's over there, look, with Giant Man. So I've got one upstairs in a box. It's my break glass. It was my break glass for emergency. It was like, if my car goes kaput and I needed to fix it I was like, at least I knew I had a Sentinel in reserve that I could sell for emergency funds. But this Sentinel has now like dropped the value of the HasLab. So it's like, damn, it's not so much the value as the emergency it used to be. So yeah, throw some numbers at me in the chat. Drop some numbers. How many are you going to get? If it is more than 3, just throw some numbers at me and I'll read a couple out. And let me go and check my Instagram again. So far, nothing. So far, nothing. Donna Pops. I'm looking, Donna
the
Pops.
anticipation.
I know. I want to see it. I can't. It's too small. It's too small.
Enhance.
I could go to his. I can go to his. Try to go to his actual YouTube. Right. Go to channel.
Yeah.
Let me try and do that. I'm trying to use crappy technology. Right. I've went to his YouTube. I've screenshotted the image. You just heard me do it. Did you hear the little beep? Now if I go to my pictures, I can try and steal it. Not steal it. Sorry, bear with me. I'll figure it out. I'll get there. I screenshotted it. I need to find where did my screenshots go? Oh, for God's sake. I got it. There it is. Oh, damn. This is how small it is. I hate Streamlabs sometimes. Let me enhance. Hang on. Let me use 90s technology to enhance. There we go. There we go. I tried Donna Pops. That's the best I can do. If you send me the picture, we can show it off. But I like that he's got Magneto in front of it, ready to take him on. But there you go. That's the best I can do for now, Donna Pops, unless I get a separate picture. Right. Let me go back to the chat. Let's see what people are saying. I want to see if anyone's going crazy. I want to see if anyone's like over 3. Tyrone says, I'm getting one as a present for a friend. That is, Tyrone, can I be your friend? Do you know, like, that's a great, Tyrone and me are great friends. So, like, I hope by next September, me and Tyrone he's gonna help me out with that extra Sentinel. And no, that's a great present, Tyrone. Lucky friend. Jelly Figs, I said 0, but have now decided to pre-order 2. Thank you very much, Jelly Figs. Gabrielle says, just 3. Get 7 just in case. Look, I can't spend over $1,000 on Sentinels. I just can't. I don't have $1,000, first and foremost. I don't know what financial situation I'm going to be in next September. That's what's scary. Do you know, like, I want 3, but I might have to, I don't know, sell a liver or something. Oh, wait, I only have 1 liver. I want to keep that. I'll sell a kidney instead.
Yeah, don't sell your liver. That's game over.
Yeah, I'll sell a kidney. I've got 2 of them. That's fine. Justin Collect. Shout out Justin. The beef is over. I've nothing but love. Justified. Peace and love. He says he's getting 2. Paul McCarthy says 2 for me, along with my HasLab. The very same HasLab that is still in its box. Haha. Look, you could sell the HasLab and pay for those 2, and then have enough left over to take Lady Mac out for a nice McDonald's. That's right. Treat the lady good.
Maybe Lady Mac has sold the insides. Like it's just nothing. Just a big brick inside
maybe
there.
Maybe you should check your box, because Lady Mac was asking a lot of questions about the eBay and Sentinel last year. Nerd Affiliated says, I need the Sentinel, but can't bring myself to spend £400+ army building. Getting less than 2 just doesn't seem right. Yeah, I agree. Like again, this is just a very much everyone has their own rules. Like Rich is getting one, and Rich is very content with that. That's absolutely fine. But like my own weird rule, I'm like, if it represents an army builder, then I need at least 2 on the display to represent the fact that it's not just a single character. It's not just an individual thing. It needs a second one. So I'm with you on that. I need at least 2. At least 2. Legion X says, I asked Ryan if the human sentinels were an option. He said they had varied looks and would be difficult to army build. That is true. But the prime sentinels, I think, are more doable with a couple of interchangeable heads. Because I assume everybody is displaying the Bastion as Bastion. But if we got Bastion in the X-Men 97 line, then we could have at least one prime sentinel.
I got money in the bank.
Hang on, Eric Fox. You can hear these, right, Rich?
Yeah.
Eric Fox donated $10. I ordered 6 of these big boys. Not sure where I am going to put them yet. I want to recreate that scene from Night of the Sentinels.
Absolutely. That's what I wanted to hear. So, Eric Fox, thank you very much for the super chat, by the way. $10. I appreciate that. That's 3 super chats in, by the way. You're nearly hitting that goal without even realising. 2 more super chats and the bonus show will be public, and I will be asking some of the channel members how many Sentinels they're getting. I'm curious. Again, this is the last opportunity to discuss the Sentinel while it is still up for pre-order, because this time next week, you won't even have the option to pre-order one. It will be gone. You'll be stuck with eBay unless you're friends with Tyrone. Tyrone's just made like over 140 new friends today, that's for sure. So thank you very much, Eric Fox. Yes, Night of the Living Sentinels. So there's a picture, isn't there, on the HasLab page with like 6 Sentinels all displayed. Like, I think there's 6 here, ain't there? Let's have a look at that. There you go. There's 6 Sentinels there going up against Wolverine and Cyclops.
I think the Strong Collector's got a picture as well with like 6 Sentinels with Jordan sitting
that's
there.
a bit too graphic. Dakota likes Sentinels a little bit
too
much.
It's not Jordan, it was Dakota.
Yeah.
I dreamt it was Jordan.
Dakota can't fix 6 Sentinels on his bus. That's the problem. To be fair, it'd be a good way to just make sure your bus looks busy constantly, just for the passengers, but they're all Sentinels. Lady Max
like an ice cream van, but just with Sentinels. Like every new state you go to, you can give someone a Sentinel.
Lady Max says, "Shh, Rich, shh, you're onto something, Rich. Shh, don't give it away." Our friend Brandon has jumped into the chat. I've still got his older school emoji repping. Brandon, he says he's ordered 10 so far. True story. 10 Sentinels for Brandon. There is no way his missus is letting him have 10 Sentinels on display. Good luck sneaking them into the house next September. But no, that's impressive. 10 Sentinels is very impressive. Night of the Sentinels. What about Morph? We've got Morph. He's a bit cel shaded, but you can still fit him into display. And I'm pretty confident Morph is going to be in wave 3 of the X-Men 97, because let's be honest, you just take off the cel shading and give it the Age of Apocalypse Morph head. All of us have already done that kit bash. Hasbro are going to do it.
It's time.
Yeah, exactly. Hasbro are going to do their own kit bash and make us pay £25 for the privilege. That's not even a word. What the fuck's a privilege?
Privilege.
I've got the word letters mixed up then. But yeah, we've got a Morph. Morph will be fine. Okay, who else? So we got Eric said 6. Brandon's definitely in the lead with 10 so far. Legion X says, "Holy cow!" Is there a cow emoji? If there is, If there is a cow emoji, can we all just drop a cow emoji, just to represent the holy cow? There we go. Holy cow. There's some cows. If there's lots of cows in the chat, then we know people are shocked. People are shocked. Holy cow. The Blatula says he's got 15. Now I think Lorenz is lying.
Horses in the chat.
Horses in the chat for Lorenz, yeah. Horses in the chat.
Ray Ortiz donated $4.99. I pre-ordered 4 of them.
Ray Ortiz has gone in for 4. I think 4 is probably where I'm going to land, Ray. I'm with you. I'm going to get 3, and I'm definitely going to open them. They're going to be opened and displayed, 3 of them. And the 4th one might sit in a box, and that can be my break glass for emergency. Craig's nostalgic.collection, don't forget the dots people, has done the maths for us. I like how you put the horses in the chat for Lorenza. Not many people are going to understand that reference, but Lorenz would appreciate it. Now there's cows everywhere. Craig says £743.96. for 4 Sentinels. Now, that's expensive. But let's break this down, okay? Let's do some live maths, all right? I'm not Carol Vorderman, but I'll try. Or Rachel Riley, if you prefer. 700, 400, and no, 743, 96. So how many months until next September? We've got December, January, March, April, May, June, July, August. 9, right? 9, yeah.
It's like having a baby, 9 months.
9 months, cool. So if you got your missus pregnant now, it would arrive the same time as your Sentinel, all right? Just putting that out there. If I'm just like, if you want to get busy tonight,
I can see my baby doing Dadu Live episode 216.
Look, what a day that could be live. You brought life into this world, and you also received your Sentinel. That's a day you wouldn't forget, would it? Let's be honest. Right. Anyway, let's divide this number by 9. Right. Divide Craig's number. Divide by 9. That's £82 a month. Okay, which is expensive. Don't get me wrong, that's expensive. But there's people out there with phone bills that are as expensive as that. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are paying off iPhones and
who's paying
fancy
£82 for a phone?
Idiots. People do it. People do
Get
it.
a burner phone. You don't need to pay that.
My phone is £9 a month. Honestly, I've got my contract so low. So yeah, I'm not that. My point is £82 a month for 9 months, and you can buy 4 Sentinels. That feels more achievable. That feels like it's still expensive, but by no means am I saying this is cheap or anything like this. This is expensive shit. This is like, we're all adult collectors here, by the way, people. All right, we're all, be sensible of your money first and foremost. Pay your bills first. But £82 is achievable. It sounds more palatable. I just need to remember to actually do it. Loren says, me and my 23 Sentinels will be laughing at you and your 2 Sentinels. Lorenz, I'm excited to see your 23 Sentinels. They're going to be 23 Sentinels riding horses on his display. Him and his missus are going to have hybrid displays. Sorry, lady, we can't have a kid because we got to pay for a Sentinel army this month. That's true. That's true. Donna Pop says 3, but might do 3 more. Look, Donna Pops is ready. Look, he's got his display. He's got his master mold ready. Now he just needs some Sentinels to go along with it. But if you don't want it, remember, if you don't want it, there's all these Sentinel options. There's them and this. There's even this one that came out this month. Do you know, plenty of Hasbro, Marvel Legends, Sentinel options for you.
And you get 2 of them, and it comes with a rock as well.
It does, 2 and a rock. But that's the main comparison we're talking about. The HasLab via the thing. So, do you reckon this new Sentinel, Rich, like, how much is it going to go up on the aftermarket? So currently, right, until Tuesday, this is £185.99. Will this be a £300 item next September?
I think no.
Which is £115 on top, by the way, people, if
I would say no, because like people can order this now. Anyone can order as many as they want. And I think people will be thinking, I don't think it's got up as much as the HasLab, because
it can't. Like, the HasLab is a different ballgame, yeah.
And they've done it, like, a couple of years later, they've done this again. So I think, like, if you do miss out this time, I think there's hope, like, in 5 years' time that, you know, there will be another Sentinel will come along. It might be made by Todd McFarlane wearing underpants, but it might be another Sentinel.
I bloody hope not. Bloody hope not. Go on, what are you here in the chat? Give me your suggestions. How much do you reckon this is going to be next September? So I'm talking like next September, people start getting this in hand, and the people that missed out are starting to get that FOMO itch. How much are people going to have this sold for on the aftermarket? I'm curious.
I think 250 at the moment. 250.
250. Unless you're friends with Tyrone, people, you're going to be paying more for this next September. Legion X says, I'd like 5 to recreate the scene from the Onslaught saga where he took over New York. 5 would be a good number because you could have 1 in the middle and then 2 flanking either side for a nice symmetric display. I do appreciate a symmetric display. Everyone's cancelled orders will be available on Pulse. Christopher Allen says, maybe. We don't know. There are 100% going to be a lot of cancelled orders, which mean if they are genuinely going to make as a company, they're always going to make extra anyway, just to cover QC issues and returns and stuff like that. But let's just say thousands of people cancel orders next year for whatever reason, and they've got thousands at a warehouse.
Steve Evans will be doing raffles all next year, wouldn't he?
This is the point. They're not just going to let thousands sit in the warehouse. They're going to try and sell them. So they might do one of those sneaky second chance sales for Hasbro Pulse Premium members. Like, you never know. They might do something like that. So you just don't know. You just don't know. But Christopher Allen's got a point. At some point next year, Pulse could put them
when they did that one this year, that premium event, were there any? There was no Sentinels in that, was there?
No. They have never. To be fair to Hasbro, via Pulse at least, they have never. As soon as the HasLabs come and gone, it's never went back up for order. But other stores that, like independent stores, you could always buy it. Like, there are going to be independent stores that buy these Sentinels to sell next September. So what would the retailer markup be? Like, are they going to whack an extra 50 quid on top, an extra 100 quid on top? My point is,
it has to be 50% to cover your costs.
This is what I'm saying. No retailer is going to sell these for cheaper than or even the retail price. That's what I'm saying.
It's going to be at least 300 if you can get it from another retailer.
This is my point. So even if you out there's 156 people out there now. Look, I'm a Marvel fan first and foremost, all right? And I want to recreate the Marvel Universe in plastic on my shelf. I tell you this all the time. I don't want you guys to miss out and get FOMO. Put that pre-order in to give yourself that option. If you change your mind in March, you can cancel it. But if you change your mind in March that you do want a Sentinel, you won't be able to get one at this price ever again. You've got until Tuesday to get your orders in. Put a couple in and give yourself the option.
I like home dude luck. Wait for him to hit Ross.
To be fair, Mad Hatter's definitely going to do a video where he drags it to Ross again. Fair play on him dragging Giant Man to Ross just to do that video. There are still people in his comments that believe he actually found it at Ross as well. That's how stupid the internet can be. Can someone make me a custom tentacle? Yes, that's a good shout. I genuinely, and I think Rich would agree with me here. Would you, Rich? Right, let's go to a picture where all the accessories are on. Right, so we do get some interchangeable battle damage parts, which the head or a faceplate, helmet, and the reactor in the middle. So you do have a few options if you're going to buy multiple of these to display them a little bit different. But would you, Rich, have swapped out those giant Iron Man blast effects for 2 more tentacles?
No, because do you use both your I only use one of my tentacles, so could you put the other one on this one?
Yeah, I only use one in there as well, because I've usually got a Sentinel being holding someone with the other tentacle, like so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still would have preferred Sentinels, tentacles with my Sentinels though, because these are just like bigger Iron Man effects, ain't they? Like, that's all it is. Someone can 3D print these, but bendy wire tentacles are a little bit harder to replicate on the third party sort of bracket, where I reckon someone could 3D print some really nice blast effects for a Sentinel, but bendy wire tentacles is a little bit harder.
Spend a night in like Ann Summers, you'd probably get them there, I reckon.
Bendy wire tentacles. Amanda, we're going Ann Summers. What are you looking for? Bendy wire tentacles, please. That'd be an interesting visit for sure. Go on, let's see what the chat say about that one. Tentacle or blast effects? Write the word tentacle or blast effect. I want to see where the community are at with this one. Tentacle or blast effect. Because you get these Iron Man blasts, you get these, but would you have preferred the bendy wire tentacles? Or are you happy? Because we've never had the blast effects at this scale. But would you have preferred the tentacles? I would have preferred the tentacles. Rich is saying he's happy to have something different. Legion X says both. There's probably the better answer, to be fair. People still genuinely believe. RP says Mad Hatter found a giant man at Ross. Yeah, he absolutely did, by the way. Absolutely did. Yeah, completely legit, not fake news. He found... If you want to believe that... Look, I don't want to ruin that for you. You can believe that if you want. Right, let's see what people are saying. So Z-Man says tentacles. Pixels and Plastic, tentacles. Donna Pops, tentacles. Collecting Rush says blast effects. You and Rush I actually agree on something, Rich. That's interesting. Tentacles from Christopher Allen, everybody's favourite. Tac Tac Toys says some rabbit-themed weapons from Ann Summers from a Sentinel. Tac Tac's definitely on your page. Chadwick says 1 blast, 1 tentacle. Jim Ruby says tentacles. Jelly Fig says 1 of each. California Red Devil says tentacles in the form of an octopus logo. But I get where you're going there. I get where you're going. Damien says both. Jay says, thought you wanted the chat's opinion on Ann Summers then. If you want to give me your opinion on Ann Summers, you're welcome to. Jay, what do you think of Ann Summers? For anyone, did the American have Ann Summers? I have no idea. Americans, do you have a store called Ann Summers? Do you even know what pervertedness Rich is talking about? Because they may be unaware, Rich. They think we're having a harmless conversation here. John says Mephisto. Mephisto would have been a nice pack-in, but it's not going to happen. We should have gotten 1 of each, says Craig. Yeah, I agree. Andy says nope. So I'm assuming he's saying nope to they don't have Ann Summers. Rich, do you want to explain to our American friends what Ann Summers is?
No.
Okay. I'll just let them use your imagination. They sell bendy wire tentacles anyway, Rich thinks. The ones that came with the HasLab were so good, it would be cool for them to make more since they already have the mold. Well, remember, when the HasLab originally went up, it only included one tentacle, but due to the community sort of saying, come on now, give us 2, they did eventually give us 2. So it's true, they do have the mold. They could throw it in as a little bonus, but I doubt it. Kiara says it's too expensive, referring to Ann Summers. Andy says most Americans don't know what a rabbit is. Interesting. Look, we should discuss this more on the Dan Who Extra show. And it can be made public if we get 1 more super chat. Literally, we need 1 more super chat. And the bonus show, look, there we go. Look, the goal, we are 1 super chat away from the Dan Who Extra show being public for tonight. So there's 165 people watching this live right now on YouTube on a Thursday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on the planet. We are going to be having some guests on for the bonus show. Will be a separate stream, but it will happen directly after this one. If we can get 1 more super chat, I will make it public and you'll get yourself an extra half an hour of live streaming today if you want to get involved. If you don't want to, that's fine. If you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. It's only going to be Jay giving us his in-depth thoughts on Ann Summers anyway. Compulsive Collector says my extra HasLab tentacle will be made available. Do it, says Legion X. Okay, Legion X made it happen. Okay, thank you very much. The goal has been hit. We haven't hit the goal in a while, to be fair. So I think out of the 3 times I've done this, we only hit the goal once. So thank you very much. We did hit the goal. Legion X, you got us over the line. Goal achieved. Goal achieved. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. The Dan Who Extra will be made public while it is live. It is.
Got money in the bank.
Real Cheese said did it as well. I appreciate you. Compulsive Collector.
4 more super chats and we won't do the after show.
Yeah. A few more super chats. I'll get myself another Sentinel. No, I'm only joking. All right, Compulsive Collector says my HasLab tentacle will be made available for the low price of $149.99.
A steal.
When
Absolute
this
steal.
Get in there. First come, first serve. John, you're going to have a queue of people looking for that extra tentacle. Okay, let's go back. Okay, we hit our goal. We're good. So, Rich, final, because this is going to be the last opportunity this year to talk about the Sentinel. Final thoughts on this, and just overall, are you happy that this year we didn't have to deal with a HasLab, and instead we've got 2 nice bigger ticket items that we can pre-order, sit back and relax, and add to our collection at some point next year regarding this and the Dragon Man. So yeah, final thoughts on Sentinel, and are you happy we did not get a HasLab and this is a nice alternative?
I mean, like, you know me, like, the difference between this and a HasLab, I don't think it's just like name alone and no tiers. It's not really that much different. I still think that they could have sold this, like, just done it and sold it, have no pre-order window or anything. I think this will sell. I don't think it's going to do, like, shit numbers or anything. But equally, if you want it, buy it now. If you think the price is too much, there are options out there. Like the Titan, I think someone said, even if you're in the US, the Titan figure is in the Amazon Black Friday sale. So it's like $15. So buy that as a little taster. And then if you want to go bigger, you can move on to the next level, can't you? You got 9 months to work your way up, man.
Yeah, again, options are on the screen. Every single Sentinel that's on the screen right now, you can buy right now. They are made available. Get yourself on eBay. But there is absolutely no chance you're going to be able to buy one of these on eBay for the same product. You can think this is expensive now, and it is. I'm not disputing this. This is an expensive toy. It's an expensive collectible. But it will be even more expensive after Tuesday. So if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, again, just as a fellow Marvel Legend collector, I wouldn't want you to miss out or have to pay the aftermarket prices. Get yourself involved. Get involved and join in the fun. It's going to be a fun time next September. And then when these start arriving and people start showing off their X-Men displays and their dioramas, it'll be a good time. California Red Devil, thank you very much, has said, someone came up with a printable Sentinel, DM'd a pic. Okay, let's have a look. Let me go to my DMs. Let's see what people have been DMing me. I think Donna Pops was sending me stuff as well. Oh, okay. So this is the printed Sentinel that California Red Devil was referring to. So, Rich, you know someone with a 3D printer. Get yourself a little Sentinel build. There you go. So California Red Devil, do you have the source on this? Do you know who the somebody is? But yeah, you can 3D print yourself a Sentinel as an alternative if you have a 3D printer.
Send me a file for use in Bamboo Labs printers, and then I can make it happen.
There you go, Bamboo Labs people. We need the file. I think I've got the pictures from Don of Pops. Don of Pops has sent me the picture. He sent me a screenshot from his Instagram. So there's a better picture of Master Mold in his chair. There he is. It's a chair made of comic book
long boxes.
Long boxes, yeah. Very clever. Very nice. Very nice. He's also sent me this picture with the Master Mold next to some Marvel Universe. I think these are like the variants, right? Because the silver. Or did he paint them? There was a variant, wasn't there, on the retro card?
The Here Comes Tomorrow, the Rover version, wasn't it, from New X-Men?
Yep. And I like how he's holding. Is that Ultron? Holding Ultron with the tentacles? Remember, if you want to get some tentacles and hit up John, he is going to be selling his for.
Got money in the bank.
We got another super chat.
California Red Devil donated $4.99.
Bit delayed.
Someone came up with a printable Sentinel. D-med a pic.
There you go. And that's what he was referring to. He has the source. Unboxing Art says, Dan, what up? What up, Unboxing Art? What up, my friend? We are just discussing this Sentinel as the pre-order window ends on Tuesday. And if you want to pre-order one after that, you'll be out of luck. So we're just sort of having one last conversation about the Sentinel. So someone said, justify the third. So, again, everyone's collections are different. I'm not going to sit here and tell people what people should or shouldn't do. I'm just going to, again, as a Marvel Legend fan.
Say that for Alexi.
Yeah, Alexi does that. Alexi speaks for the people, not for me. But again, as a Marvel Legend fan, I always tell you, what I enjoy the most about collecting is the world building aspect. I love to recreate my mind's eye of these characters from the source material into plastic and create these three-dimensional displays. I don't know why they just bring me joy. I don't know about you, but I'm often in this room just looking at my display and it just brings a smile to my face. All right? What are you laughing at me for, Rich?
Staring at this, smiling, like smile
sinister,
to or something like
yeah, like a sinister, crazy guy. But it's true. It brings me joy. And again, we're talking to the audience. Understand? Like, they're fellow collectors. They're here for a reason. They agree. So, like, this is my mind's eye of the Sentinel. X-Men, the animated series, of the X-Men and the Spider-Man show in the 90s were my gateway drug. So I need it represented in plastic. And we have been given this opportunity now to do that. I always regretted not getting a third HasLab. So I'm not having that regret here. I am getting 3 of these. Again, if I have to sell some shit on eBay, I'm going to work an extra shift. But again, Craig did the math for us. If you want to buy 4 of these and you've got 9 months to save, it is £82, 60p for the next 9 months. Right? So every month when you get paid, put £82, 60p into a separate account. And then next September, you can enjoy 4 Sentinels and not have to stress because you've worked all year for them and you can enjoy these on the display. And at no point are these going to go down on the aftermarket either. So this is a collecting investment here for your displays. Never Too Old for Lego says, I want 1,000 of them. 1,000 of them is going to be expensive. You may need to save more than £82 a month to achieve that. But get your calculator out and you can make it work. But he's also done with Hasbro, so he doesn't want to give Hasbro any of his money, which is fair enough. Put your money wherever you want. Unboxing art says perfect use for the HasLab as the master mold. And then the new ones can be the small arcade versions of the Minion. Yes, we have discussed all of that on today's show. I've also put my master mold head on my HasLab Sentinel already. We've also got these as well as the little drones. I'm right there on the same page with you. We've also got some more maths from Mesrati. I can't say that, but he says 60. So if you want to buy 3 Sentinels, in 9 months, it is £62 a month. Now, as a collector, do I spend more than £62 a month for Marvel Legends? Yes, absolutely I do. So maybe next year I'll buy less Marvel Legends to make sure I've got enough money to pay for these Sentinels. And that's what we'll all have to do. We'll have to figure it out.
Dan Who doesn't review, coming next year.
Yeah, Dan Who just waiting for his Sentinels.
I made the space ready, I'm going to dust it again.
It's going to be me with a piggy bank every video, just adding money to it so I can afford my Sentinels. Yeah, next year we won't be reviewing a lot, but when those Sentinels come, I'll be making videos. Next September, Dan Who, the channel's going to be alive. It's going to be alive with content. So let's go to the poll one last time before we get out of here. Let's see what the people are saying. We hit our goal tonight as well, thank you. So we will be going live for the bonus show as well. So if you're on if you're a Dan Who Deluxe member and you want to be on the show, start hitting me up with those DMs. How many Marvel Legends Sentinels are you going to get? 32% leads the vote with just one, which is absolutely fine. Get one for that representation on the display. 25% in second place for 0. Again, you don't have to buy one. You can just enjoy the hobby without a Sentinel. That's absolutely fine. But you can still talk about it. It's still fair game. I always say you can...
But if you're staring in your room without one, you'll be a little bit tear coming down your eye.
What could have been? What could have been? People will get FOMO. People are sitting there right now thinking, I don't need this. Next September...
Robbie!
I still never said that. I don't care what memes exist. I still never did that. But whatever. They can meme me away. I don't mind it. No publicity's bad publicity. I can't. Whatever the phrase is. Right. Just 2 for the pair, 21%. And 3 or more, 23%. I'm going to end the poll. But it seems like a nice solid 75% of the viewership is at least getting one. At least getting one, which is good. Right, that's it. Let me go to my... If you want to be on the after show and you're part of the Who Crew Deluxe, then get involved. Again, this will be made public while we are live, but then after if you miss the show, you'll have to be a channel member to watch it. But as a thank you for hitting my 5 super chats today, it will be public while we are live. So that means, Rich, you're going to have to be on your best behaviour. No slagging off everyone in the chat.
Always on my best behaviour. I never slag anyone off, never leak anything. I'm always behaved on these shows.
Rich is always behaved. That's very true. But remember, if you want 3 Sentinels, £62 a month for the next 9 months, and you can get yourself 3 Sentinels. £82.60 for 4 Sentinels. Just putting it out there. This maths, people. It's just good maths. Right, we're going to get ready for the bonus show. Again, this should redirect you to the bonus show. In case it doesn't, I need to make it public, but I'll put the link in the chat right now. I'll make it public while I'm live, actually, because I'll forget otherwise. And then people will ask me, where's the show? So I'll do that right now. Do that, go live. I think we're still live on Instagram as well, right? Which tells people we're live here, which is all well and good.
Hello Instagram.
Hopefully no one's watching on Instagram. People get upset and like to remind me no one's watching me on Instagram. Good. I want them to be watching on YouTube instead.
Are you TikToking it tonight as well?
I don't even know anymore.
They're just dancing. I'm just dancing.
Thank you. Get me those views. Yeah, thank you.
Watch me as I go about my day.
Yeah, I don't really do TikTok. I don't know how to grow on TikTok either. Right, I've just made it public. The bonus show is now public. Beautiful. Right, so the link should work in the chat. All right, so there's the after show. I put after show. So we're going to go to this show right now. I'll pin that to the top. So go and save that to your tab. We'll be there in a minute. Rich, until then, tell the good people where they can find you online.
You can find me on Instagram at Displayed Once, where I sometimes post things.
Absolutely. We've seen it. We've seen it for ourselves. Look, you can go and view it right now. Look at that. Go and check out Rich's all of Rich's Sentinels on his Instagram right now. You can find me here, maybe reviewing toys, maybe saving for Sentinels. I haven't quite decided yet. But I, for one, am glad we didn't have to deal with the HasLab this year. Just think, for a whole month, people are stressing, will it make it, will it not make it? People like, just for the community, we can now add a nice X-Men 97 Sentinel to our display if we want to. Simple as that. I'm here for it. I'm in for free. I need to start saving my £62 or whatever it is. Kev says, I missed most of it. Don't worry. The replay crew is there. You can catch this on the replay if you desire. But again, get your order in before Tuesday, 26. It's right there. Today, we're just spreading awareness to the Marvel Legends community. The pre-order ends on Tuesday. Get your pre-order in now, because after Tuesday, this is not going to be available. Some people just think this is going to be up for pre-order until it comes out. No, the pre-order window closes shut on Tuesday. Get it in right now. Don't miss out on your Sentinel. Rich, we will be back next week to do our third show on the X-Men 97 Wave for it. No, we won't really. Maybe we will, actually. I don't know. Our next show is this. No, we're still in September, right? In November. Okay, cool.
We're in November,
yes,
yeah.
Next week's still November, yeah. So December streams are always fun because we get to recap the year and look forward to the next year. So yeah, December should be fun, but we'll be back next week for a regular show as always. We will go over to the bonus show now. So we'll see you on the next one. All right. Goodbye. Click one of these videos. I'll try and put the bonus show over here. If you're a channel member, you can watch it. But again, if you're here live, you'll be able to enjoy it live right now. Get yourself a Sentinel. Don't miss out, people, all right? People had HasLab FOMO. Don't get FOMO on the Sentinel. This can be the master mold to your new minions. Get it in. Pre-order it now.